My last few videos have got me thinking about this whole thing of vlogging. I know there's different things for different people, different types of vlogs. Mine is my little stream of consciousness and what have you. But it's quite empowering being able to get your thoughts, your ideas, or your day-to-day out there into the universe. I watched a good video. I like watching Sean Kitchen, who's the South African, it's like surfer looking dude, who comes up with some really, really good videos, actual tips on how to create. Because a lot of things that you see, a lot of the YouTube guru stuff especially, they're not there to help you. They're there to sell a product. And their advice would be to find yourself a product to sell. Then it just goes on and on and on. You tell the next group of people the way to improve on YouTube is to find a product to sell. Then they all go and do the same thing. It's basically pyramid selling is what it is. But it doesn't have to be that way. Just being able to show your day-to-day life will be of interest to someone. And it doesn't have to be the same as everyone else's. Everyone does have a boring life. Genuinely. For the majority of it, if you know what I mean. Even like astronauts, most of their time they'll get up in the morning, put the kettle on, read the newspapers, moan about the small of the back hurting, try and find out what bin day it is. It's only every now and then they strap themselves to the top of a rocket and fly around the moon a couple of times. That's not what their day-to-day life looks like. But even an astronaut might be bored one morning at the breakfast bar and want to know what's going on with you. You know, someone who lives in the foothills of Mount Everest, in the Himalayas, got no idea what life is like in Southport. I'll be sat there watching it with fascination before opening the curtains and seeing, I don't know, a helicopter rescue at Camp 2. But they've got no idea what the Botanic Gardens look like. So don't think that your life's too boring to vlog, because it's not. Everyone's life's boring for the majority of it. And don't fall into that trap where it has to look the same as everyone else's either. Because I know there seems to be a standard for vlogging, which is sort of a bit of jazz music, yellowy, orangey text on screen, which I know I use, but that's because it's in contrast to what you normally see. And then they make a cup of coffee in a machine, elaborate coffee. Not everyone does that. If your day doesn't start that way, we're not all Casey Neistat, you know what I mean? When he makes his coffee, grabs his glasses, heads outside, and skateboards around New York. That's his life, or it was his life anyway. I know he's moved, hasn't he? Not everyone's the same. So why not show what your day is? If your day involves getting up, getting your chipped Everton mug, which should be thrown in the bin, but it's your favourite, so you've kept it anyway. Getting a Thai foo and making a builder's brew, milk and 2, so strong you could stand the spoon up in it. That's what your day looks like. Don't force it by making coffee. Show people what it's like. There's people who are going through serious illness, whose mornings might look like waking up, staring into the mirror, vomiting, looking into blurry red eyes and thinking, this could be so much worse. I could not be here right now. Show that. Show the honesty. There's a beauty in honesty and truth. And not everything you do has to be on that level of art where, you know, the power of art is truth, or the power of truth is art even. It doesn't have to be. I mean, John Lennon, I'm pretty much sure, never saw yellow matter custard dripping from a dead dog's eye, but he wrote about it. But if the more truth you can put into your art, the better, I think. And I know I'm saying art, but no, just making your videos is the same thing, really. This is a nightmare, this. So go and document what you're doing. I need to get better at doing that. Because I genuinely think there would be some interest in what goes on. But it's finding a way of translating that onto the screen to make it look, I don't know, engaging, entertaining. I haven't got that bit right yet. I've got the ranting in the car. I've got that sorted. I just need to get the rest of it now. Like the beautiful sunny mornings. Show more of that. I will get there. And that got me thinking as well. I've mentioned in my last couple of videos about not knowing what it is. I had a think this morning. I do a lot of thinking in the car. Maybe it might be I'm at a crossroads. I've got a junction of what I'm interested in. I used to be able to pick a guitar up and write a song. I didn't used to have a video camera where I could make something look nice. Now I have, but I can't do the music. Maybe those two little worlds, the intersections of those two worlds is where the interest lies. Maybe a collection of visuals, a shit video made by me, accompanied by a shit song made by me, would together make a slightly less shit overall video. Is that what it is? That might be what it is, you know. That could be the thing that just triggers something for me. If I was in a position to make the entire thing all by myself, that could be what it is. Because I enjoy doing the silly things like making AI music until I'm in a position where I can make proper music, whether I'm writing the lyrics or trying to come up with a prompt which sounds like what I hear in my head, which is bloody hard, by the way. I enjoy that, and just even if it's recording driving and then putting some kind of nice hip trip hop dance music to it, I like the way it comes across as an overall package. If that then was actual visuals, a proper little video made by me with music made by me, would that package, would that be close enough to art to make me feel more satisfied? Is that what I was missing out on when I was young? I thought I was missing out on not being able to perform my music on stage in front of 50,000 people. That might not be what it was. That might be what it was in my head. In the same way that when you're playing football in the street with your mates, your idea is, what I really need is to be able to play in front of 50,000 people at Goodison Park, or 100,000 people at Wembley, and score the winning goal in the FA Cup. That might not be what it is. Just the act of playing footy with your mates might have been what the peak was for that. Not being on stage in front of your 50,000 people or at Glastonbury, it might not have been that. It might just have been about creating something that represents you. And if it's the music and the visuals that represent you, that's an entire package, man. That is an entire package of art. And I don't want to keep mentioning art because it isn't really what I do. I just make stupid videos. There's no art to them. I don't care. All this is the groundwork for possibly in the future making things which look a bit better, sound a bit better, and have more of a depth of meaning. You gotta learn your chops, man. Everyone has to do it. If you're a musician, you have to start off practicing. You play other people's music, you play scales. You get better at doing that. You get better, you get better, you get better. You write your own music, you get better, you get better, you get better. You appear on stage, your band gets tighter, you get better. And then you become legends. But it all starts off with someone's garage or in someone's back room playing awful cover versions with fingers that feel like you're playing with elastic bands on them because you can't play properly. Start there and then you end up wherever you end up. This could be what this is. Silly little videos turning into something that actually ends up looking okay. Never going to be Casey Neistat. Very few people will do. That's a man with absolute top class skills as a storyteller and filmmaker. I don't have that. But I can at least make something interesting, I hope. And satisfy the need in me. Don't leave me this way. Yeah, that might be what it is. The art of creation. But it needs to be a bit more than just AI music or just more than wandering around Southport pointing the camera at things occasionally. It's got to be a bit more than that, I think, to satisfy the poet in me. Fucking poet. I'm not a poet, I write poetry. I'm not a filmmaker. I take videos on this. I'm not a musician. I play musical instruments. There's a difference, know what I mean? Add all those little bits together though, you never know. It might be something really interesting. Could be something epic. Alternatively, it could be something that's absolutely, totally and utterly shite. We don't know. Just have a go. And if you think your life's too boring, it's not. I want to see your life. You right there. There, you. What's your life like? What do you do when you get up? What's the mundane, the boring in your life that will be exciting to me? Because there will be. Like I say, there's people who think their life is boring and then will open the curtains onto a vista that I could only dream of. But they take it for granted. They see it every day. Show it. You might be surprised how nourishing it is being able to see your life on a screen and to have people in the comments saying how much they enjoy it. Try it. But then again, if you don't want to, don't. I'm not forcing you. I'm not telling you what to do. Just saying from my point of view, it's been interesting.